I found my teenage son's suicide note. Instead of confronting him, I secretly changed his life. I found my teenage son's suicide note while cleaning his room. Instead of confronting him, I secretly changed his life minus, and 6 months later he thanked me for saving him without knowing what I'd done. The note was hidden between pages of his math textbook minus a detailed plan to end his life on his 17th birthday just 3 weeks away. My hands trembled as I read his words. I am a burden to everyone. Dad works 2 jobs because of my medical bills. Mom gave up her career to drive me to therapy. I hear them fighting about money at night. Examinin would be better off without me. I nearly collapsed. My son minus, my brilliant kind boy who survived leukemia at 12 minus, thought he was the source of our problems. Yes, his medical bills had strained our finances. Yes, I'd scaled back my hours. Yes, his father and I argued about money, but losing him would destroy us completely. I wanted to rush to his school and pull him into my arms, but something stopped me. At 16, being confronted about such private thoughts might push him further away, so I made a different choice. First, I called a therapist. For myself, I needed guidance before acting. She helped me develop a plan that wouldn't embarrass or alienate him. Then I began Operation Save My Son. I left his note exactly where I found it and started making subtle changes. I arranged for my sister, toned my help 2 evenings a week, giving my husband and son time alone to rebuild their relationship. I overheard them laughing for the first time in months. I found a better paying remote position and casually mentioned how happy I was to be working from home. This job is perfect for me. I told them I was getting so tired of commuting my husband, and I moved our financial discussions to coffee shops, replacing them at home with conversations about books, movies, and plans for the future, minus always including our son's role in that future. I reached out to his former oncology nurse, who'd always connected with him. Sheko tentatively ran into us and mentioned a paid internship for young cancer survivors at the hospital. He applied and got it. Most importantly, I started leaving notes around the house minus, not addressing his depression directly, but reminding him of his place in our world. Thanks for helping with dinner. You make everyday tasks fun. Found this photo from your science fair win. Still so proud of your brilliant mind. His birthday came minus the day he'd planned to leave us. Instead, we celebrated with his favorite meal. As he blew out his candles, I held my breath. 2 months later, I noticed his smile reaching his eyes again. 4 months later, he started talking about college plans. 6 months later, he left a note on my pillow. Thanks for not giving up on me when things were dark. You probably didn't even notice, but you and Dad made everything better. I never told him about finding his suicide note. Maybe someday I will. But what matters is that my son is still here, making plans for a future he once couldn't imagine. Sometimes saving someone doesn't require grand gestures or confrontations. Sometimes it's the quiet, consistent message that their existence makes your world better minus, delivered not just in words, but in how you live your life alongside theirs.